Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is finally going to be my makeup monthly for the month of February. I know this is coming super late, but I still wanted to post this video. This is kind of like my monthly favorites, but I talk about my favorites, my fails, and also the products that I thought were just okay, just giving a bunch of reviews on products that I've been trying out. I also do a creator spotlight portion in this video, and then I do give some book favorites, book recommendations at the end here, since I'm also an author and a book blogger, but we do have a lot to chat about, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. All right, if you did not catch yesterday's Will I Buy It video, I mentioned in there that I have a new camera, and I'm once again filming on my new Canon G7X Mark II today. So if you notice any sort of like differences, it's because of my new camera. We are also closing on our new home in a couple weeks here, so my background is going to have nothing in it for quite some time until I am moved over to the new house and have the new space set up and everything like that. So lots of changes going on. That's kind of, you know, a reason why this video got a little bit delayed, and I just feel like there's so many videos that I want to put out. There's not enough time to do all these videos. So I really did still want to do this video though and share about the products that I've been testing out. So jumping into it, for my fail, I only have one fail. I have quite a bit of skincare this month actually, but one of my fails is an eye cream. This is from First Aid Beauty. It's the Retinol Eye Cream. I did get this sent over to me from First Aid Beauty, and I was really excited to try out some of their new products. I do really like First Aid Beauty. I tried a lot from them, and I like a lot of their products. When I saw this, I was really excited to test this out, but for some reason this leaves me so dry, even though it says it has triple hyaluronic acid, and hyaluronic acid is great for hydration, especially on my eyelids, because when I put an eye cream down, you know, I rub it in all the way around my eyes, and then I will also hit my eyelids with it. When I was using this on a regular basis, my eyelids were just like flaking off. I was like scraping at my eyelids, and skin was just like it was really disgusting, and I wasn't sure if it was this or not, so I switched back over to my Belief eye balm that I use at night, and it cleared right up. Then I switched back and started using this for a few more days, and after just a couple days of using it, my eyelids dried out really badly again. So I'm not sure what it is about this product, but something about it is not working with my skin. Of course, with all skincare, everyone's so different and has different skin types and issues and all of that, so not saying that it won't work for everybody, but at least for me, this one did not work for me, and I will not be trying out that one anymore. Okay, moving over to the fine category. I like to include the fine category every month as well, because there's some products that, you know, are absolutely not a fail, but that they also, you know, I couldn't really consider them a favorite. I like them, maybe I like them a lot, but it would just be lying if I said they were a favorite. And definitely, I think this is a great spot to put in the new Colourpop mascara. I have gone back and forth so many times on this mascara, trying to get my thoughts together for it, trying to get my review together for it and what I think. The first time that I tried this guy out, I believe it was on camera, and you could see after I applied it, I was already getting black flakes on my under eyes, and I was like, oh no, because I really did like how it looked. It's definitely a very like thickening mascara, a volumizing mascara. It does do nice things for length too, but it definitely adds like a fullness to your lashes, which I really enjoy in my mascaras. It has more of a drier formula. I know a lot of people are comparing this to the Too Faced Better Than Sex. The wand is very similar to the Too Faced Better Than Sex as well, but I unfortunately was getting that flaking the first time I tried it. And then I will say the second time that I tried it, I still got some flaking. I believe the third time I tried it, I got some flaking as well. But it's almost like as I've been using it more, I have been having less and less issues. I have used this so many times now, I really couldn't even tell you how many times I've used it because it's been a while. I no longer get any more flaking with it, but I will still get a little bit of transfer on to my bottom lashes if I apply these to my bottom lashes. I do have fairly long lower lashes, so I can't use every single mascara on them because I will get transfer. There's like very few mascaras that I can wear on my bottom lashes. This is not going to be one of them. I still really like this mascara for the top lashes. Again, I really like how full it makes them. I really do appreciate that, and now that I'm no longer getting those flaking issues, I'm much happier with it. So I don't know if this is a mascara that you need to open, you know, a few times and then it gets better. I know that there are some mascaras out there like that. Usually they're the wet formula mascaras that I notice with that, not necessarily with the dry, but that's okay. So I did want to point that out. I do also wish it made my lashes maybe just a little bit blacker. I don't notice them being like very intensely black, and I do like that in my mascaras as well. And one more con with this one, which is kind of curious, when I take this off at night, it is the messiest mascara to remove. I don't know if I've heard anybody else touch on that with this mascara, but when I remove it, I have mascara like all over my face. It is so black. It's really hard to remove this mascara. So for that reason, again, I can't really say it's a favorite. I do like it. I like it a lot, and I would recommend it if, you know, you hear some of the pros that I'm saying and that's what you like in your mascara. I would recommend it. It's more affordable. It's from Colourpop, etc. They have different colors that you can try out as well, which is really fun. But it is very messy to remove, and I just get mascara like all over my face. I have crazy raccoon eyes, and I really have to come in with a like a specific eye makeup remover. Even if I try to use like an oil or a cleansing balm, I need to come in with something else, especially to not even remove the mascara from my lashes, to remove the mascara from my face. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But again, I do like it. It has its pros, it has its cons. I like it. I think that's pretty good. Just wouldn't be an absolute favorite of mine. Next up, I have a lipstick. This is from Becca Cosmetics. This is one of the new, I think it was called, oh yeah, here it is, the Ultimate Lipstick Love. I got this sent over to me from Octoly, and I was just really curious to try it out. You know, I really like trying out lipsticks and lipstick formulas. So this is a newer formula to Becca, and when I saw it pop up on Octoly, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. I did request the shade Mauve, and when I got it and when I put it on, it doesn't necessarily scream mauve to me. It's kind of more of this darker nude, and I know I did an Instagram video with it, and I got quite a few comments on there like, why is that lipstick called mauve? That doesn't look very mauve. My mauve looks more mauve on me. I don't really know, because I don't really think it's very mauve-like either, which is kind of a bummer because I love mauve lipsticks, but it's still a pretty shade, just not really what I was expecting. I like the formula. I think that it's pretty good. It's very creamy. You know, you do get a lot of pigment. You know, even, I mean, that's just like a swatch. So you do get a lot of pigment when you apply it, which I think is good. Like I said, it's very creamy to apply. But I noticed that it kind of like gets a little bit of everywhere, kind of bleeds outside my lip line, and I definitely get a ton of transfer with it. The word that came to my mind when I was thinking about what I would say in my review to this is like slippery. Like, it's a very slippery lipstick. It doesn't really want to stay fully on your lips. And you know, it's not a liquid lipstick, which is my preference, so that's, you know, a big thing there too, but I just felt like I was getting it kind of everywhere, and like getting it on my face, like on my chin and stuff like that. So if I was wearing this one and wearing it out, I feel like I would be super self-conscious the whole night, because I wouldn't know like where in the world it was going to be transferring to. So the formula, along with like the color not being a total favorite of mine, you know, just made it like an okay product for me. I do like the packaging. The actual tube is really nice. It has some weight to it, so it feels like a really nice lipstick. Again, if you are a, you know, more of a fan of the creamy lipsticks and you don't mind about like transfer or like a non, you know, super long wearing lipstick, I think that you would like these. Just personally for me, not an absolute favorite of mine. Next up, I really like this product. I went back and forth a little bit of like, do I love it or do I just really like it? I really do like it a lot. It was almost a favorite. Let me tell you about it. This is the Touch in Sol No Pore Blem Priming Water. Okay. Did you catch that? I hope you did. I'll have everything linked down below, of course. But basically, it is a primer from Touch in Sol. It says a Bulgarian toning water and essential oil in one. So you can, I don't know if you can see it on camera here, but it's like very watery in the tube here. Nice tube, nice packaging. I like that. And then the actual like component on here, I like all of that about the primer. I do feel like it's nice and hydrating. Like when I apply it to the skin, I feel like I can hear my skin being like, thank you. And I'm like, you're welcome. I feel like it's really nice on the skin, but all of the foundations that I've been wearing look really nice on top of it. Everything just looks like my skin just looks more hydrated, more smooth. It does do like a little bit for like filling in pores and just kind of smoothing. Like I have some larger pores right here. I notice I can kind of smooth out a bit when I wear this primer, but nothing like, it's not my most pore filling or blurring primer that I've ever tried. But again, I do have dry skin, so if you have dry skin, you might like this for, you know, a little bit more hydration in there. It just makes my skin look nice. Even when I just put on the primer by itself, I feel like my skin kind of has like a healthy luminosity going on to it. So if you've been looking for a good primer, if that's something that you feel like you need to add into your collection, I would check out this one from Touch in Sol. Again, I almost put it in the favorite category, but I don't put a ton of primers in my favorite. Like I have to really be like ride or die for them in order to do so, and I'm just like riding with this one. You know, that's our level. To finish off the fine category, I have some Dermalogica skincare to chat about. So I do get sent some products from Dermalogica. Oh, I did get sent the the Colourpop mascara and the Touch in Sol primer, and then like I said, the Becca came from Octoly. I did get sent these two over from Dermalogica, and I do like trying out their skincare because I like a lot of products from them. So one item that I tried out was their Intensive Moisture Cleanser, and this one I do really like. I like this one more than the moisturizer that I'm going to talk about. I do really like this one. It's not an absolute favorite, and I feel like it's because their Resurfacing Skin Cleanser is my favorite. As soon as I got done with this one, testing it out, you know, trying it out for about a month every single morning, I went back to the Resurfacing Cleanser because I just feel like I can notice more of a difference when I'm using that cleanser on a daily basis. So that one has gone back into my skincare routine, but I do really like this one. I do feel like it was good for hydration. It is nice and gentle on my skin. You know, I have dry skin, but I do also have very sensitive skin, and especially when I'm using a cleanser in the morning, I want it to be nice and gentle. This one is kind of similar to the resurfacing one. It's a little bit more on like the creamier side, like kind of like a thicker, creamier side. But I do really like it. I do feel like it does help with moisture, just not an absolute 100% favorite of mine. Like, I just feel like when I use the resurfacing cleanser, my skin's like applauding me for making good choices. Whereas this one, you know, I'm getting like a B+ on my report card. Does that make sense? Hopefully my analogies are working out today, who knows. But this other one here, this is the Intensive Moisture Balance. So this is the moisturizer. I have said before here in my videos that I, for whatever reason, am just very particular about my moisturizers. I have my favorites, I have my go-tos, I have my ones that I keep repurchasing. I'm just picky about my moisturizers. And for Dermalogica, I've noticed that I really like their cleansers, their exfoliators. That's kind of like what I gravitate towards with Dermalogica. Their moisturizers have never really blown me away, and once again, this one didn't really blow me away. I did like it. Once again, I mean, I used it for the entire month as I was testing it out. This was my AM moisturizer. I didn't feel like I noticed any adverse effects when I used this. I wasn't breaking out. I wasn't any more dry than I normally was, but a lot of times if I'm using a moisturizer and I really want it for hydration, I can just feel that on my skin. And sometimes I feel like I have a hard time reviewing skincare because it's just like my skin knows what's going on. It knows when it likes something, it knows when it doesn't like something, and sometimes it's hard for me to articulate why exactly that is because I'm just like, it's a feeling that I just know. So sometimes it's hard to say why, but I just didn't feel like I was super hydrated with this one. It was nice and lightweight on the skin. It sunk in pretty quickly as well because it does come out white and kind of a little bit, again, more of a thicker cream, but it wasn't any sort of like sunscreeny feeling. I don't think this one has any SPF in it. I don't believe so. But I just thought that it was okay. It was nice, but not a favorite moisturizer, not one that I would consider repurchasing. Alrighty, before I jump into my favorites, I wanted to mention my creator shout out. So I love doing this portion in my Makeup Monthly videos. I've been doing it for well over a year now, I believe it is, but I just always, I really enjoyed the community versus competition aspect. I always try to keep that in mind and be recommending as many people as I can if I get an idea from someone or someone inspires me to do something, etc. I really enjoy shouting out to other creators here on my YouTube space. So this month, the creator shout out is going to my friend Lauren DellaFera, and I have no idea if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. I really should have when we were emailing back and forth. I should have been like, hey girl, how do you pronounce your last name? Just don't want to say it wrong. But I will definitely have her channel and also her Instagram page linked down below. I actually found Lauren first through Instagram. She is Little Blushing Birdie over there, and she just has some beautiful photos over there. And then, I don't know why it took me so long, but finally I was like, oh, she has a YouTube channel too. And I started watching her YouTube channel. I do think that she's a very supportive friend on the YouTube space. I see her in my comments a lot. I think that if you like my style of content and a lot of the videos that I do over here, I think that you would really like Lauren's as well. You know, she does a lot of reviews. She calls it the beauty report, which is kind of similar to the Makeup Monthly here, where she talks about the new products and reviews them and all of that. So we have a lot of very similar type of content. So again, if that's what you like to watch for your YouTube videos, I would definitely recommend checking Lauren out. I just feel like she's, you know, pretty chill and laid back like me as well. She's not very like over the top or anything like that, which I appreciate because, you know, I'm not either, even though I tried to curl my hair today, but you know, not really great at doing hair, so that's about as over the top as I can get. I am wearing a see-through shirt, so YOLO. But like I said, I will have Lauren's channel and also her Instagram linked down below. I hope that you will go check her out and subscribe, watch her videos, etc. So every month when I do my creator spotlight, I also do feature that person in my beauty newsletter that's going out. It hasn't gone out yet for March. I do typically try to wait until I have posted this video to let you guys know, but there will be a link in my description box as well. I just do, you know, some more beauty reviews in there, you know, what I'm eyeing, what my most recent purchase was, a standout product, all of that. And then I do feature a short Q&A with the creator of the month as well, so that will be Lauren. So if you want to read a little quick Q&A with her also and you're not yet signed up for the newsletter, I will have that linked in the description box. Alrighty, so to jump over to my beauty favorites of the month, I've been really on like a bronzer kick recently, like a lot, but I have two favorite bronzers that I really wanted to feature in here. The first one being my Jouer Bronzer Duo. This is the light to medium duo, so inside you have two different bronzers. I just think that this is beautiful. I really enjoy, I felt like I was gonna say enjoy and Jouer at the same time. Woo! I really do enjoy Jouer face products. I was gonna do it again. Their blush duos I think are so pretty. I have the Adore on today. I did film this eye look for an Instagram tutorial. I think it's gonna go up on my Instagram tomorrow. If you don't follow me there yet, I'm just March Beauty Word. I will have it linked, and I do a tutorial with the new Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. So that will be coming over there. But I do have the Adore blush on today as well. But this bronzer I just think is so beautiful. I kind of like to mix the two shades together also. I don't know, it's just something about the Jouer face powders I just think are so beautiful. So definitely would recommend that from Jouer. And then the other one, of course, is this one here from Milani. This is the Sunlight Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. I have mine in one. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about this Milani bronzer lately, and I so agree. I think that it's beautiful. One is a little bit more on the cool tone side. Quite honestly, I could use it for a contour or a bronzer. Because like I said, it is a little bit more cool toned, so you can kind of get it right there in the hollows of the cheek, but then you can also kind of blend it out for that just really nice, healthy, like natural bronzy look. That's why I just keep reaching for this one again and again. I feel like it looks so natural on the skin. You can build it up so many times and it's still just gonna look really pretty on you. So these are two favorite bronzers of mine. I definitely want to mention a favorite eyeshadow palette. This one here is from Colourpop. That's the It's My Pleasure palette. I feel like my palette is so dirty because I've been using it so much. This palette is $12, and inside you have this really beautiful kind of purpley pink theme going on here. You do also get a mirror in this one. I did recently do a new palette ranking video, and I'm ranking 5 new eyeshadow palettes. This one is featured in there. If you haven't seen that video yet, I will link it down below. But I have very good things to say about this eyeshadow palette. I've been so impressed with it. I love the shade selection inside because I'm a big fan of purple, especially with green eyes. But something about the quality in here, like the Colourpop pressed eyeshadow palettes, I've been so impressed with. I've purchased so many myself. I did purchase this myself. What did I just talk about? The Jouer. The Jouer I did receive as a gift from a subscriber. The Milani bronzer I did buy myself as well. I also bought this one myself, but I've just been, I feel like this one is just even like better than some of the Colourpop ones that I've been trying. I don't know what it is, but I think that it's just such a beautiful palette. I've been so impressed with it. I definitely would recommend this one. Alrighty, so also, this one is kind of random, but I was sent this in, I got a really nice PR package from Ofra Cosmetics, and inside came their Perfecting Puff. So it's basically their makeup sponge, but they call it their Perfecting Puff. And I was like, you know what, I'm always on the hunt for a new, you know, good makeup sponge. Let's try it out. I really like this guy. I flagged it on my Ulta account. I believe it's $15. I flagged it on Ulta because I'm like, once I'm done with this one, I kind of want to get another one. It's one of those sponges that is super soft. Like when you feel it, it's very very soft, but even when you get it wet, it's still nice and soft. It reminds me a lot of like the Flower Beauty sponge. That one is probably my other softest sponge that I own. And I'm talking just in terms of like feel and how it feels on the skin and how it applies makeup. The shape is not the same, but I do like the shape, but I feel like it applies makeup so nicely, and I just feel, I really do enjoy these really soft sponges. So I keep reaching for this one over and over and over, and I keep washing it, and I'm like, I'm gonna need another one of these pretty soon. So if you haven't checked out the Ofra makeup sponge, that's kind of a random one, but I've been really enjoying this one so much. The next one I have to talk about, this is an older product. And I really liked it when I first was trying it out, and then I don't think I really ever talked about it again, but it's kind of one of those like unsexy makeup products, if you will. But if you are someone who really enjoys eyelid primers, I'm gonna recommend this one to you. This is from Covergirl. This is the Lid Lock Up. So again, it's an eyeshadow primer. I used it today. I use it so often when I do my eyes. before my face makeup, I typically will use some sort of eyelid primer. If I do my face first, I generally will just use my concealer as an eyelid primer, and I'm pretty happy either way. Again, I do have a bit of drier eyelids that I deal with. This is what the eyelid primer looks like. Hopefully my autofocus has been okay. I know the autofocus on this one is a little bit more delayed than it is in the Sony, so I've probably been holding up products and going about my day. If things are a little blurry, again, this is my second time filming on this camera, so got me a little slack, if you will. But I like this one because, like I said, I do have drier eyelids, and some eyelid primers can really kind of emphasize that, or like even cling to like the dry patches on my freaking eyelids, because I have that issue. And this one doesn't, but it's still like, it gives a little bit of tack as well, which I appreciate. And I feel like it also can kind of cancel out any redness or like veins. So I also do appreciate that. But like I said, it does have a bit of tack to it. I generally like to lay down a powder over it, just because I can still get a little bit of that tack, but it's not too much. And sometimes, especially if I apply a lot, it can just be really sticky. So unless I'm going in with like shimmers right away or glitter shades or something like that, then I typically wouldn't powder it because I really want those to stick on. But if I'm coming in and blending out mattes right away, I generally will like to put a powder down over it. But this is such a good eyelid primer. I've kind of just like completely forgotten about it, but I'm so glad I found it again, and I keep reaching for it over and over. So figured I should tell you about it. The last product that I want to talk about in my favorites is this little guy here from Pixi Beauty. This is from their Skin Treat lines. It is the Rose Oil Blend, a nourishing face oil. I am obsessed with this, and I'm not someone who throws around the word obsessed a lot, but I truly have become obsessed with this. It says a rich source of botanical extracts and vitamin E that help protect, nourish, and strengthen the skin. It says massage 2 or 3 drops onto cleansed toned skin for extra hydration or glow. You can add 1 to 2 drops to your moisturizer. So it is just the dropper form here, and then it's a really nice kind of like thicker oil. Kind of feels a little bit more luxurious to me. But I got this sent over to me from Pixi, and I just kind of randomly started using it, especially at night. If I was feeling super dry, I was going for this one just to test it out. Normally I would do that with my Drunk Elephant Marula oil, but since I got this, I was like, you know, I love Pixi skincare, I'm gonna test this one out. Honestly, I feel like this is really close to that Marula oil. If you've been eyeing that one but you don't want to pay the high price tag for it, I would check this one out because I think that it's fabulous. I took this with me on my Punta Cana vacation, and a lot of times it was just what I was wearing in the morning if I didn't want to put any makeup on my face, which I pretty much didn't wear like any makeup at all on that trip, but I would put this oil on because it just made me look like healthy and glowy and hydrated without being like oily looking. And again, I do have dry skin, so I wanted to point that out. And once I've come back, I keep incorporating it into my nighttime skincare routine because I just think it's so pretty. A lot of times, even if I put it on at night and go to sleep, when I wake up, my skin still looks nice and hydrated. Like I can still see the effects of it. My makeup goes down over top of it okay. I just think that this one is so nice. I think it's really close to that Drunk Elephant, so I wanted to make sure to recommend it, but I've been using it so much. I went to Kansas City the other weekend to meet up with Ashley Clady and Kelly Gooch, which was really exciting, and I was telling Ashley about this in the hotel room because I brought this with me. I was like, I just love this oil so much, so definitely had to make sure to mention that one. But other than that, that is everything for my beauty favorites. I do have 2 book recommendations to give, but if you're not interested in book recommendations and this is where you end, I thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've been having a fantastic March, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video. But like I mentioned, I am also a published author and a book blogger. I will have my links down below to like my Amazon author page if you're interested in checking out any of my novels. I have 7 of them out there currently. And I will also link my book blog, which is Chicklet Plus, down below. But in these videos, I like to end them and give some book recommendations, and I do it on any books that I gave a 5-star review to in that month. That's the highest rating that you can give on Amazon. And I do have 2 different books to recommend. The first book that I gave a 5-star review to is called I Owe You One, and this is by Sophie Kinsella. Sophie Kinsella is one of my favorite authors, has been for a very long time. I love her books so much. I get so excited to be able to read a new one, and you know, like I said, I'm a book blogger. I get books sent to me kind of like basically in PR from authors and publishing houses and things like that. And when I got the email from her publisher asking if I wanted to review this one on my blog, I was like, yes, please send it to me. I would be so excited because I enjoy her books so much. I Owe You is definitely one that I enjoyed so immensely, and I will say that the first couple chapters didn't pull me in as quickly as Sophie's novels normally do, and I kind of have this feeling of like, uh-oh, am I really gonna like this book? Like, what's happening here? And then really from like 3rd, 4th chapter or so, the book really took off for me and I got so invested in it. I mean, the characters, she just writes so well that you really feel like you're there and that you know the characters, because you know, you get mad at them. I was getting mad at some of the people in our main character's Pixie's life. I was getting mad at Pixie herself sometimes for making some of the questionable decisions that she made, but I was so in there. I was so right in that story and I just had so much fun reading it. So I definitely recommend Sophie Kinsella's novels, but if you want to check out her latest one, IOU, it is so good, so good. The second book that I want to recommend is called The Queen of Hearts, and this is by Kimmery Martin. I hope that I'm saying her name correctly. Again, I'll have their Amazon links down below, as well as the link to my review on CLP if you're interested in checking it out. This one is so interesting to me because actually how it starts, I did not see the ending coming at all. And once I finished it, I would really classify this one as more friendship fiction, which I am enthralled with friendship fiction. It is what I write. I'm currently writing a 6-part series about girlfriends. The first 2 books are already published. I'm writing the 3rd one right now. I just find female friendships so interesting, and that's really, as you're going through the story, again, I didn't quite realize it up until the very end that I was like, wow, we're really actually dissecting a friendship here. The friendship between Zadie and Emma. I wanted to say that correctly. I also really enjoyed this book because the author is also a doctor, and it's kind of like a medical fiction novel as well, and what takes place in the hospital, and you kind of follow these 2 friends through their time in college, through their, you know, the different rotations that they do, the different people that they meet while in the hospital. There's definitely a lot of medical jargon in there, but nothing that made me feel stupid, you know, because like I've definitely read those books say that I'm like, I literally can't follow what's going on. I have no idea what's happening here. Everything is just really well written. It almost kind of like makes you feel smarter at the same time. You're like, yeah, I knew you were gonna stick a fork in him. Obviously, that's what you're gonna do. Like, I knew that. So I really appreciate that. It just is very smart writing. It's very fast paced. And again, the ending just like blew, honestly, the ending freaking blew my mind. I so highly recommend this book. I know that we're only a few months into 2019, but it is really one of the favorite books that I've read so far this year. I highly, highly recommend reading The Queen of Hearts if you're interested in women's fiction. But those are the 2 books that I wanted to recommend. And other than that, that is gonna wrap it up for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing another Makeup Monthly. And as always, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And of course, if you did enjoy this one, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go. And I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.